Awesome. So, Abdin, I would like you to kind of present yourself, tell us a bit about the project. What is it all about and the storyline behind it?
Awesome. So we're PADZ. Essentially, our goal is we change the way that you guys invest in real estate one pad at a time. So essentially, what we do is we provide global access, and we can kind of remove some of those traditional barriers that one may have if they're investing in real estate, such as maybe financial capacity or being on site or KYC protocols. And so really what is unique about PADZ is we have two self-sustaining divisions. So on one side, we have the PADZ token. It's not launched yet, but stay tuned because it is coming soon. The PADZ token has, it's on the Ethereum blockchain. It's a very simple smart contract. We have a 1 billion token supply and a 7% buy and sell tax. Now, we're rewarding our holders with a 2% allocation of those taxes paid in USDT. Airdrop to your wallet on every buy and sell transaction. 2% goes to the liquidity, and 3% is going to our ecosystem. So that is going to be strategically invested into marketing, exchanges, development, that type of thing. And in addition to our other side of our project, the second division, which is we purchase real world assets. Essentially, kind of in a nutshell, we perform a market analysis. We determine your city has the highest potential population growth, migration, potential for resale, rentability, all that type of stuff. We essentially take out a corporation in your city or your town or state or province, and we fund the corporation. We buy a property. Every property is purchased with a 5-year term that does coincide with the typical mortgage term, and typically rehab, rent it out, and in 5 years we'll perform a decentralized vote among the holders and determine whether we want to proceed with another 5-year plan. We are very long-term thinkers here, or sell the home, and if so, what to do with those profits. You roll it back into the ecosystem, you would buy another property. So kind of the thought is that our token is a little bit more stable and can kind of mitigate some of that downside risk because we hold assets. So that's kind of a that's the long elevator pitch of kind of what we're about. Brand new. We like I mentioned, we're not listed yet. We're just working on building our community and getting the name out there and whatnot. So
That's cool. So, in regard to tokenomics, I would like you to kind of share a brief about the tokenomics. Tell us a bit about the utility aspect and this, sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that.
yeah.
So, can you kind of, okay, sure.
So essentially, our goal is to kind of foster the long-term growth and loyalty. And so I think those 2% rewards in USDT, I think those are certainly going to add up over time. And, that's a really cool way of kind of getting your rental income, right? Or, your dividends. And like I said, I think that's going to promote holders, long-term holders, and loyalty. Obviously, we do need to support the market itself, and that's where the liquidity comes in. I have allocated 51% of the token supply towards liquidity regardless. And the ecosystem, 3%, we know that it takes money to do anything in the crypto market, and it takes money to do anything in the real world as well. I've been on other projects before where you got to fundraise or fight with the developer or whatever. This our goal is really to kind of create a big self-sustaining ecosystem here. So the other 49% of the tokens, we've allocated 20% for the marketing wallet, a 10% stake for a reserve. You can call that the rainy day fund, and also 10% for what I'm calling a seed round. Now, we would love to bring on other real estate investors, hire influencers, and not pay for videos or that type of thing, but people that do want to partner and take ownership in the project and help kind of take this thing to the next level.
That's amazing. So in terms of like kind of collaboration, what are you guys kind of looking forward to, to kind of enhance more users, to bring in more people on board? Because due to the fact you guys Twitter page is pretty much wide, and you see kind of needs people over here and Telegram to kind of get involved with what you guys are doing. So how do you plan on like making these users getting involved and part of creating awareness?
Yeah, so we're really starting from the ground level, right? We're starting from square one and just slowly growing over every day. So we're do plan on participating in as many AMAs as we can, and we're just kind of working right now with our marketing team. We've been coming, we've implemented a strategy and an internal roadmap that we can follow, and that's consists of ad space to social media to shill armies and a whole bunch of organic outreach as well. So thrilled to be obviously participating with you guys today and sharing the word. And I'll say this is our first official AMA. This is really kind of the start of us promoting this. This idea has been around for a while. There's you can see the first couple posts on our social media dates back from 2022, but now we're finally getting close to getting this off the ground here. So
Amazing, that's amazing. So due to the criteria, like, sorry, the criteria of like any form of partnership, due to like kind of get other people, other projects involved to kind of support you guys. So what are you kind of looking for to like partner with any other project, to share their thoughts with what you guys are building, to work together and also gather people on board? So are you looking forward to any kind of partnership at the moment?
So my background is real estate. And so some of our partnerships are coming from, you probably recognize Remax, for example, in the real estate world. Now, what is interesting about our project is there's really nothing like it in the crypto real estate world. There's a couple, CMC has a real estate section, but it is often overlooked, and there's very few projects in there. And so I don't think collaborating with any of them is really going to be beneficial. And so we appreciate that we're a brand new community and we're trying to grow, and we're also want to help other communities in kind of a similar path, or not a similar path, but in a similar state or position, we want to help them as well. So, we'd love to collaborate with other communities and tokens that are trying to get their ball rolling. And I know in our in my real estate world, in the real world, there's a lot of collaboration. And I'm a young guy. I can learn a lot from the older guys. They can learn from me as a young guy, and there's no competition. To me, it's there's enough business to go around always. And so we're just a big happy family at the end of the day. So
Yeah, that's amazing. Regarding to this competition aspect, I would like to kind of talk about it because no matter any circumstances, no matter what you're building in the crypto space, some people want to compare, do some competition with you, try to implement what you're doing. So I would like to know, is it like if this kind of situation kind of come apart, you guys facing like a competition with any other project, implement what you guys are doing. So how you kind of like try to like differentiate yourself? Are you guys gonna plan on working together, or you guys are gonna look forward to like who's gonna achieve like a goal and stuff like that?
you know what? Like I said, I'm happy to work with anybody. I'm an open book myself, and I think that's really the way for true innovation is if we're all on the same page. But having said that, at the end of the day, you guys are investing in me. Now, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and this dates back to when I'm 8 years old and have several pages in a notebook of pedal bicycles that I'm flipping. And that's turned into baby toys and strollers, and because there was a niche there, and I could go to garage sales and pick that stuff up and sell it. And then when I'm 15, 16, it's car or coaches and furniture, and then cars, and now real estate. And I started as the youngest real estate agent in my city of over 1 million people. I've been with Remax since for the last 14 years. Entered the Hall of Fame when I was in my 20s. I have been named as a top 35 under 35 in Canada in the real estate industry. I did actually recently finish a term as the chairman of the Remax Advertising Committee, which I was the decision maker and spoke on behalf of over 1,000 real estate agents. So that's a little bit about me and my history. There is going to be competition come up. In fact, I've already seen fake PADZ tokens hit the market. And so that is going to happen. But essentially, you guys are investing in me and my idea. And so that's probably what's going to differentiate PADZ from any of the replicas.
Awesome, fantastic. That's brilliant. Because looking at this criteria, I kind of see something in the crypto space. It's kind of difficult for somebody to kind of achieve like the personal goal or what they actually aim alone. Because you have to kind of work with the brief experienced people when it comes to crypto criteria, and people who are actually smart, well developed, and much brilliant when it comes to crypto expert. So that's pretty amazing, and it's pretty much awesome since you're kind of looking forward to work with people to enhance your knowledge and share your ideas together, and that's pretty amazing. So in terms of like, long roadmap, like educational roadmap, maybe I don't know, maybe you kind of look forward to like implementing like educational section, in which new bases will kind of join the community, who would like to know more about the projects, gonna educate them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We've tried to publish and I'm not saying we have a great website in our. You mentioned roadmap. We will have a brand new website coming soon, but it's our goal was to make it simple. Now it may be a little bit more simple to me, and maybe we can still we're tweaking it every single day, so we can probably tailor to that suggestion, Stephen, as well. I think that's a great idea.
That's amazing because I kind of find out like due to the fact of crypto, people kind of like find it hard to learn more, about projects, but you know, educating them as a new base who want to pop into your community to know more about what you guys are building, and it's gonna be more awesome because this is actually a great opportunity for you to kind of take them together like a family. You know, teach them, tell them on how they can get involved in your project and stuff like that. That's pretty much well said. Because I kind of find out education now is actually one of the most criteria when it comes to like a new base who's trying to join project and stuff like that. But you're looking for ways to like educating these people to get involved what you're building. They're gonna get it amazing and would like to refer other people. So that's amazing from my part. So in terms of
No, that's
like,
excellent. Thank you, Stephen. Really appreciate that. Been taking down a couple notes here and have a couple ideas of how to implement that. Thank you.
no problem, man. So in terms of like, when it comes to like language barrier, a lot of people like to join the project, and due to the fact of not knowing how to speak English, some of them might kind of be like a French dude, like maybe Pakistanis and stuff like that. So how do you plan on solving this situation? Is there like any form of you creating like any specific community for any other language and stuff like that, or you implement like a bot AI who can help users translate languages and stuff like that?
Truthfully, no, I haven't. I haven't quite considered that yet. Um, we're like I mentioned, we're going to have a brand new website, and I think that would be a great opportunity for us to implement some language translation, whether that is done through AI or just options, different tabs on the website to cater to, because it is interesting. Although I'm in Canada, when we're running ads, we're our uh, best results are coming from on the other side of the world. So you make another excellent point, and you will see that in the future.
Looking at it, that's really awesome. So in terms of like, I kind of see, maybe I don't know, because I kind of something catch my attention due to the fact of like the new Telegram group. People might kind of want to join. Maybe some of them might say this is actually a random group. Is there like, why don't you kind of look forward to like put a description about the project, maybe the near few days, to kind of tell people what you're actually building, because these are some of what people are gonna get confused about. This is what Anthony is actually doing here. This is what the project is all about and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe this is something like personal life kind of tell you in the DM. Just want to ask you, maybe there's not any description when it comes to the project at the moment.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, and um, it's interesting because to me, and well, I'm not going to speak on behalf of anybody else. I think the name is awesome. I think it. Some people understand the reference to a pad being a property or a house. You know, I may say you have a nice pad, or he's got a cool pad downtown, or whatever the case. And it works really well with our frog and the lily pad. But our website is PADZ.finance, right? And so you and I had went back and forth a little bit about the name, right? So I think any sort of clarification is great. And I think I just actually made the group public just yesterday, and I think that's why we lost the description. So I'll get that on there right away.
Amazing, that's amazing. Because this is something I'll kind of, because if I say let me join this group randomly, specifically I don't actually know anything about it. I'm gonna be asking myself what is it all about, just like a random group. But once there's a kind of description what the group is all about, is actually a few details about this group. It's all about investing. It's all about real estate and stuff like that. So people are gonna get confused, have like a possible reason why to stay in the group and stuff like that. So that's amazing.
And just one more, y'all, just kind of remind everybody too. Our last description, it did have a reminder that we don't DM anybody first. There is no token yet, and the date will be published on our official channels. So don't get scammed. Don't fall for anything. Like I said, I did see a PADS, and this was just because we started a couple of years ago. I did see a PADS token on the BSC network launch, and with different tokenomics, but rug after a few minutes, and there's a lot of people trying to take advantage out there. So just be careful.
That's amazing. That's well thought of. because I really love the fact you kind of inform everyone, because this is something new when you can, because if the next few days I was kind of going through my Twitter space, my Twitter, who is actually X at the moment. Then I come across the project. I was kind of confused since you guys, when I joined the Telegram groups, it seems that you guys are kind of like coming up when it comes to like Telegram expert. You guys are not kind of wide in Telegram criteria. You guys are basically on Twitter. So seeing any other project making use of parts is probably something different from what you guys are doing. That's amazing. I think I do have a couple more questions when it comes to like your gold aspect. What do you want to use pads and achieve? What is actually your main priority? And why do you actually create the project pads?
Sorry. You guys know, as at this point, at the core, I eat, sleep, breathe in real estate, right? That's my career. I plan on doing it for decades to come still. But I'm have been since 2017 obsessed with the potential in cryptocurrency, and I've I think this is a cool opportunity for me personally to merge my two passions. But what's interesting is we're starting to hear the narrative of, Ethereum, ETF, tokenization, and really my goal of this, the aha moment was a couple of years ago, thinking, why couldn't I buy a half a house or a quarter of a house or a tenth or a hundredth of a house, or maybe diversify a little bit, 1,000, in Vancouver, Toronto, Florida, and so I think looking long term, um, I do see us getting, for example, a 50-unit apartment on the ocean in Miami and tokenizing that and distributing those on the blockchain. So I think there's just so many cool opportunities for real estate and the blockchain. But closer term, we're obviously launch the token, grow our base, grow our holders, and purchase our first property, prove that concept, and we're treating this as a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, that's good. So let's talk about the real expert. I'm kind of like a bit new to real estate, and I would like to kind of educate us how you plan to make it working regarding to the project. Is it like a form of in which whereby people gonna buy like maybe like renting a hotel, you guys doing not like an accommodation when it comes to hotel perspective, then telling users making use of it and getting paid. So how do you guys plan on making your own works and you know
Right. So essentially, we've completed the first market analysis, and Alberta, specifically in Canada, um, is where we are drawn to for a number of different reasons. And there's, depending on essentially what we can afford, there's kind of three different levels of positive cash flowing properties that we can purchase. So whether that's a condominium, a townhouse, or a detached house. Now, anything we purchase, the numbers have to make sense. That's where my expertise comes into play, because this is what I do every day for a living, and even personally, owning rental properties, flipping properties. But I help a lot of investors. I help a lot of corporations. Um, we do a lot of business in our province here, in Alberta, and we know what people want. We know what people will rent, and we know how to rent them. So there's a little bit of financing, obviously, um, and but that's kind of where I can step in and take care of that. And I think that kind of, satisfies, some of the issues that people have with investing, is that management and knowing what to buy, when to buy, where to buy. But that's something that, that's my life. That's what I do. That's what I live for. So, and I've done it successfully and proven for the last 14 years as well.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's amazing. It's kind of like awesome to kind of know the kind of things you're doing and bringing it to the crypto expert. So that's amazing.
Well, and it's like, this is
Sorry about
obviously a little bit more high level, on this side of the ecosystem, and so everything is going to be very transparent. Everything's going to be audited by a third party lawyer. It'll be, you guys will be able to see, or you can contact that lawyer and say, can you verify this balance sheet, for example? And we're just trying to, we'll figure out whether, this type of thing has to be audited every month or every quarter, for example. But, and maybe ultimately it'll be whatever the community wants. But, yeah, we do understand that this is just going to have to be very, very open and transparent.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's amazing. I think that's actually all from my side. We can just take from some community question. And for everyone listening, if you do have a question, you can raise up your hand. And there's actually $80 prize pool for the good question here. So make sure you, even though you can also drop your own in the chat if you're kind of shy to ask a question. So I'm gonna be starting with Believe. Hey, Believe, you can go ahead and ask your question. Hey man, are you there? If not, I'm gonna move to somebody else.
Go and Believe. Got a question?
Got a question. Sorry, I was having a bit of issues with my mic.
Hey, no problem at all. We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. I just wanted to know if the community is going to be engaged in all of this, and what ways can we participate in order to support the project? Just to not only for profit making, but just to build the whole thing up.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, I think you look at a lot of the successful projects, and they are completely driven by the community, and even the community is always taking projects much further even than some that probably should have been. So I do understand that it's all in the community's hands, and at this point, we're like I say, we're trying to we just opened up the Telegram group. I'm trying to get people over there from Discord because I personally don't like Discord, but we appreciate engagement and questions, and keep in mind if on the real world, if you're thinking about buying a place or qualifying a tenant or whatever, this is the community that you can ask that in. And over time we'll have a lot of real estate experts in there that we can provide advice and really work as a community. But share, you guys kind of know the regular drill. I think sharing or following initially and our social media pages and sharing, I think that really goes a long way. And thank you, Believe.
Hope that answer your question, Bill. Okay, no problem. Thanks, man. Okay, next person, gonna move to Nicholas. Hey, Nicholas. Seems to be new. Hey, man, you can go ask your question, buddy. Hey, Nicholas, are you there? If not, I'm gonna give the mic to the next person.
Hey, Nicholas.
Hey, Nicholas, are you there? Okay, no. Looking good. Hey, Bright. Chris, you're muted, you Chris.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy. Go ahead, ask your question.
All right, all right. Thanks for the opportunity, brother. So, my question here, I want to know, is there a feature where an investor, or let me say, a holder of a certain amount of token will be given the opportunity to pay on installment in order to acquire a property? I don't know whether you got that.
It's an interesting concept. I think the what's most important for us is, you know, the real world numbers, what they come back at. I think the community should participate, for example, in saying, I see growth in my city, check it out, or I think you should look over there. But ultimately, we are going to be hiring, interviewing 3 appraisers or real estate agents in that area to kind of give us the advice and input on those specific properties. So I think. So I guess would be a little bit skeptical if a large holder suggested an area that didn't work well, or that everybody else wasn't in agreement with. I think we do want to make this a community initiative, but also the numbers have to make sense, and that's kind of most important for us. But it's an interesting thought.
All right, yeah, I got that. The reason why I asked that question is, that's gonna make some investors, like, that's gonna motivate them to hold your token, because if there's that kind of a feature, like, you guys gonna say, if you hold like 2 million or 3 million of my token, you guys can pay on installment. So that's gonna make some investors to find it interesting. So yeah, I understood what you said, and thanks a lot for that. Going straight to my second question, don't be annoyed, guys. That's gonna be brief. My second question here is, I saw you guys have 7% buy and sell tax. Am I right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So my question here is, I don't know, is there any cut or allocation of that percentage which will be given to your real estate investors, like not only for people that's holding your token, like your real estate investor? I don't know whether you got that.
So essentially, if you were here kind of at the beginning, all holders that own actually more than 5,000 tokens will receive a stake of the 2% dividend on every buy and sell transaction. Our way of potentially getting, if you watch $1 Million Listing, a Ryan Serhant or a Josh Altman or one of these big players, if they said, this idea is awesome, I'd like to partner, with you guys. That's where I've allocated seed capital, marketing capital, like tokens, seed tokens, marketing tokens, the reserve tokens, so that we can distribute that, and then they'll get their rewards. So that's how we'd be paying an investor, be off those rewards, as the rental income or proceeds from the other side go into the ecosystem. So that could be marketing, exchanges, buybacks, if token supply was low, anything like that.
All right, brother. Well said, Ampton. Well said. I really appreciate that. Yeah. And I'm gonna jump to your Telegram group. If in case I have any other question, but for sure I'm gonna join in order to participate in the community.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that.
Okay, thanks, man. Thanks for your question. Hey, buddy. So we're gonna move to the next person. Nicolas, gonna give you a chance again. Since you want to speak here, Nicolas, you can go ahead and mute your mic.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm audible.
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy. Go ahead, ask your question.
All right. So let me just go straight to my question. So my question is, how do you want to make your project the best from other one? Since you guys were still at the stage of development, and doing a lot of marketing, more people would come into your project and want to use your platform at the same time. So I don't know if there will be glitches or bugs as more people use your platform at the same time. And if we complain, how fast will you guys be on helping and solving these issues?
So I'm obviously I'm here, and within just a short time, we'll be doxxed. And so even something crazy or urgent or an emergency, you would actually be able to look up my cell phone number and call me. But I probably don't want to say that or get that out there. But this is my only project. We are hiring core members that this is their number one focus. And right now, the website just gets the name out there. It has a bit of a roadmap, and that's it. We are creating a brand spanking new website. And this is months down the road still, but and so that will cater to the DAP, where we can actually see exactly the rewards, properties, that type of thing, and so that'll be considered on this revision coming up here.
All right. Thanks for the clarification.
My pleasure. Thank you for the question.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the question. So next, hey Bishop, your mic is well unmuted, so you can speak, man. Hey Bishop, your mic is unmuted, buddy. If you don't want to speak, I'm gonna move to the next person. Hey Trust, Mike. Hey Trust, unmute you. You can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the privilege. So my question is, as real estate investor, will you be working with law enforcement agency on the leg?
You cut off on the last word there, but yeah, essentially all of this is done on the up and up. So everything is done legally. My name's going to be on everything, and we're all good that way. Law enforcement is going to be used, if only if there was a absolute serious rental dispute. In my 14 years doing this, I've never had to go down that route, but we're on the up and up, so I have no problem actually calling the police to for assistance. So
Yeah, that is
if
good.
that was your question, I'm not sure if I got it all there, Bishop.
Yeah, you got it. So the second question is, how do you tend to integrate blockchain with real estate across various social media?
Bishop, yeah, would you be able to clarify that question?
I say, how will you integrate blockchain with real estate across various social media?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know this even just from my world. My 70% of buyers, sellers, tenants, everyone's on social media. So that's really where we're putting a lot of focus on now. But we have some cool ideas in the future, not just partnership with other channels, but some really cool content that we can provide. And even just kind of because my gears are going now ever since the beginning of this, some maybe educational material on the ecosystem, Ethereum, why we chose Ethereum, that type of thing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Stella.
Awesome, thanks, man. Hey, I was gonna go to Bishop. If not, I'm gonna unmute Chwala.
Oh yeah, I'm unmuted. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. I hope I'm clear and audible.
Yeah, you can go ahead, man.
All right. So, first of all, I want to commend you because this project is actually solving the real life utility solving real life problems. Because following the news through last year, it is observed that Canada, has outrageous high prices and mortgage and high housing debt and all of that. So, I want to say kudos to you for solving a problem in the real life.
Hey, thank you
However,
very much. And that's awesome that that you saw that.
yeah, actually, yeah, I went through the website. So however, now that we have a wonderful project, we have a wonderful solution out there. So I want to really know the traditional marketing plan. That's the reward marketing plan you have, to spread this gospel out there and to put it out there that this is something that solves issues. So what are your traditional marketing plans?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Tokens created. I could submit the liquidity right now and have this listed. We are not doing that until we feel like we've done sufficient marketing. And so, like I said, I've been going back and forth with actually a recent hire, a marketing manager, who's actually within just a few hours implemented that recent partnership with Bitbricks. And so we have it's a long roadmap, but it's something that we can accomplish. And I don't want to give all the ideas away, but it consists of social media, ad space, videos, and some influencers. So, and that'll be pre-list to kind of build up some hype a little bit. And then we have a list phase in our marketing roadmap, and then we have a follow through the third phase in our in the internal marketing roadmap. So.
All right, it's actually beautiful to see that you have everything planned out. But just one more clarification. When I went through, because when I was trying to read through the document, something struck my attention was the balance sheet. And when I opened it, I actually saw that it was actually well detailed. But to the top, it was showing that the last time it was updated was the 14th of March 2022. So I want to ask, has this project been being in the space since 2022? Because I don't really get you know.
Yeah, no, thank you for asking that. So, like I mentioned, about 2 years ago is when I initially had this idea. And I was a little bit more uneducated in the crypto space. I tried to launch this on BSC, and I tried to do it through Pink Sale. We tried to raise, I think it was we had 150 or 200 grand US. We did have some investors come in, but ultimately it was unsuccessful. And I tabled the idea for a while. And initially I thought, if I can't generate a couple hundred grand for the liquidity and to purchase a property, how are people going to believe me or understand that this will work, and that we can purchase a property under PADZ and we will funnel the money back into the ecosystem, and this is self-sustained. But it really kept me up at night, and it bothered me that it was unsuccessful. And over the course of that about 2 years or so, I had Pink Sale investors reach out to me and say, can we still make this work? I want to still see this happen. And just kind of recently I thought, what, with some stuff I do, I'm just early to the game. And now we're actually starting to see the narrative. Like you may have seen it on prime television. I think with Larry Fink actually talk about tokenizing assets on Ethereum, right? Like it's coming. And I think 2 years ago would have been awesome to get it launched. Although looking back, BSC was not the right chain for it. You get some wrapped Bitcoin rewards, and this is a lot more legitimate. And a little more. I don't want to say the word legit because it was never not legit before. But I think this is a little bit more of a wider use case and a potential demographic. So that's kind of what had happened, and so that's why I'm just thrilled to give this another chance, because I think it's I know it's an awesome idea, and I think I just have to do a better job at explaining it. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that you did not actually give up while the other one was very unsuccessful. But kudos to you, kudos to the team. I appreciate what you're doing, and also thank you, Stefan, for the opportunity to speak. That was
Okay, no problem, man. Thanks. That was a great one. So I think we're going to take two more or one more question. So, Joel, I think you have the mic. You can go ahead. The floor is yours.
Hey, Stefan.
Oh,
Thank you for the opportunity.
you're
Hello,
welcome.
Amtin. Okay, let me go ahead with my question. I see this project is about real estate and real world use case. So my question is, as we all know that real estate values increases every time, I just want to know if there's going to be like a feature whereby two investors can purchase a property. Then after a while, you guys can help them sell this particular property, and then they can both share both the interest and the yes, just the interest on the property. That's my question.
So that's actually not something that PADZ is going to do. That's more something that I would do as a real estate agent. I would help you and your friend purchase a property that had some resale potential and help you renovate it and rent it out after or sell it after. And so if you're interested in doing that, your best course of action is probably to talk to some local real estate agents that can kind of help you get in, purchase a property with a friend, or family member, or whatever the case. I think you can buy a home with somebody else, but it really gets tricky once you get more than two or three. In fact, I have never seen more than four. And so depending on where you're at, that could be $10,000 or $20,000 per person. What we offer is just kind of a much simpler way where you could dollar cost average $100 a month. You could put in 1,000. You're not restrained by some of those typical challenges.
Okay. So I just want
Let me
to
just,
quickly
Joelle,
chip in.
sorry to cut. What I'll just add really quickly though is that our community would be a really good resource for asking those types of questions. And what type of property should I buy? Or I've saved up a couple thousand, can I do it? Or what do you guys look out for? We want to be able to provide that that assistance as well. So
But I quickly want to chip in something concerning the tokenomics. So I want to ask, are you the dev of this project? I mean the owner.
yes, dev owner,
Yes.
that's right. Yes,
Okay. Okay. That means you were the one that raised the funds for the project, right?
that's correct. Yes.
Okay, because I saw in the tokenomics that 9% is allocated to the owners. So I was just curious, why isn't it allocated to the team in particular? Why is just the owner? That's my question.
Yeah, it the it's the word owner there is probably not the right word for that wallet. I should probably change that to just ecosystem, right? Just
Better.
that's kind of what we're what we can use.
Okay. No problem. Thank you for the answer. Thank you, Stefan.
No worries, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So, next person we're going to give to Paul. Hey, Post, you're the Luxman. The mic is all yours, man. You can go ahead. Is it free flow? Hey, Paul, are you there? If not, take some 1 hours before we wrap things up from here. Hey, Paul. Can you hear him, Outim?
I can't.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
There we go, Paul. I heard you there. What's going on?
All right, thank you. I just think the network. Yeah, I was say it's a nice presentation you guys have. I'm going great host. Yeah, I went to your website. It was really quite interesting. I'd like to know, one of the criteria used to evaluate projects in the project tokenomics is the project economics, and I think this is really necessary to get the best project to play. But I would like to know what I would like to know is, does your team interfere or help, for example, in balancing the tokenomics of the project? And can you make suggestions for projects that can help in obtaining a better result? Don't know if you get that.
Well, I think the goal that we had when we set that up was just to be all around as beneficial for every counterpart as possible. And there's taxes, for example. We ran the numbers. We discussed higher, lower. Everybody likes lower taxes, but nobody likes fundraising. And this is kind of where we settled on, is just appealing to the majority.
Yeah, I see that. And how about community engagement? What plans are you having on community engagement? Bring the community, yeah, something like community engagement behind community, like hosting a VC, because most projects at times they host VC every weekend, something like that, to chill with the community. What plans do you have on that? Yeah.
Yeah, so I've actually spent quite a few years as admin and moderators, and also on a marketing team for other crypto projects and Telegram groups and Reddit groups and stuff. So I've seen what works and what doesn't work, and so you know at the end of the day, some of this stuff is, I want the community um, to express if they value. For example, we could have a game every week or something. I personally don't like those Telegram games. I personally will never be in one. But you know what? The community loves it, right? And so then we might just have to set that up. So we're certainly open to that. But I'm there. I'm there every single day, and over the last little while, we're finally getting some people over to Telegram, and it's starting to grow. So I think it'll be a real fun community to be a part of, especially if you do have a passion for real estate, right? If you kind of if that makes your gears turn, then I think this is going to be the right place for you, because we have um, uh, workshops actually planned, finance, like how to finance property workshops, things to look out for, how to qualify tenants. We have stuff like that planned as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. I really appreciate it. It's really nice, coming into the space and interactive section is really a great one. Yeah, thank you for the answer.
Thanks.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thanks, man. No worries, man. No worries. I think I would
Pleasure's all
like.
mine. Thank you.
No problem. I think I would like to give a thing Shui. I think what about Shuyu? Because it's actually new here, so let's hear what you have, Shuyu. You can go ahead and mute your mic and speak, buddy. XP, Nigerian Eagle. You can go ahead, buddy. Or mute your mic if you want to speak, buddy.
How's it going, XP?
I think he's pretty shy. No problem. I think if now we're gonna wrap things up from here. So Anthony, is there like anything you would like to share before we wrap things up from here?
Hey, I just want to thank you guys for listening and joining. And I see a lot of you guys have joined the Telegram group, so that's super exciting. And I look forward to working with you guys. And feel free to follow us on all of our social media channels. And just, please don't invest in anything until you see it on our official channels. And remember, none of the mods are going to be DMing you
No,
first.
that's
Thank you
amazing.
very much,
And make
guys.
sure, yeah, that's also, and make sure you kind of like share like any of it when the launch, you guys are officially launched, to kind of like avoid fake posts about launch and stuff like that. You can send it directly to me so I can actually make a post about it on the channel for people to kind of get in touch.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll give some lead time for sure.
Awesome, that's cool.
No
Thanks,
date yet.
everyone.
That's why you got to follow the channels.
No, excuse me. No problem. So once the actually official announcement is being made, you can actually forward it to me. When the good date is being figured out, you can also share it with me.
Oh, awesome, Stefan. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that support.
So no problem, man. Thanks once again. I'll be sending you all the record then while the OMU is over, so you can post it over to your Telegram group for new users who kind of miss out, who would like to know more about the project.
Oh, that sounds great. Thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure.
Thanks once again. Welcome, man. Thanks, everybody.